You are listening to the On the Blueline podcast, covering the National Hockey League and more hockey news. Here are your hosts now, Phil Bernardi and Chad Van Doorzen. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the On the Blueline Hockey podcast. My name is Phil Bernardi, and for my host,
Chad Van Doorzen.
Welcome again. Man, we just wrapped up the conference semis. Now we're on to the conference finals.
It's exciting, huh, Phil?
We have in the East, Ottawa versus Pittsburgh, and then in the West we have
Nashville and
Anaheim.
Oh yeah,
man, it was a wild road to get there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean you can't predict it almost. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, especially having two series going to Game 7, our first Game 7s of the playoffs this year.
Yeah, all in one night. That was exciting.
Yeah, especially the marquee matchup for the NBC and the NHL, which is, Washington and Pittsburgh. But that was still really exciting. The one I was really excited about was the Oilers and Ducks game. That was a heck of a series.
Yeah, you were following the Oilers throughout the whole playoffs, and they were exciting.
I mean, I know you got to lose in order to learn how to win. And I think they did a little bit of learning of both. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I thought the Oilers played great. I liked what they did, and they're a young team, and they're only going to get better through this. It was nice also to see for the Ducks to finally pull out of Game 7.
And so we'll talk a little bit about the Ducks later on, but now we'll get over to the other matchup in the West, St. Louis versus Nashville. Mm-hmm. Now Nashville kept riding its hot goaltender Pecorine, and St. Louis did the same with Jake Allen. Excuse me. And so it became a really good series early on, but then it looked like St. Louis started to run out a little bit of gas with the way that, we're used to all these teams in the Western Conference being all these physical teams. Nashville has, grit, and it's fairly fast.
They're very fast. Yeah, I mean, somewhere along the ways, they seem like they slow down some games, but overall, I mean, they persevere with their skill that they have added throughout the years.
Oh, yeah, they definitely know how to eat up the clock. They're smart about that. And I like that they added the speed with the Subban trade.
Subban makes a huge difference with that. I mean, the top four defensemen, Ellis.
Yossi.
Yes, Matthias Ekholm. And
I love that guy. Ekholm,
yeah.
He's been one of my new favorite players this offseason. Postseason, excuse me.
Yeah, he's big, he's physical, and he's skilled. I mean, Nashville's really got it all, and I'm excited. I'm rooting for them to see where it goes.
Now let's get it over to the Eastern Conference. Ottawa took on the Rangers, and that was quite the series. Ottawa leading, and then the Rangers coming back and almost winning, and then Ottawa taking it over in a Game 6.
That was I don't know. I mean, it seemed like to me that was like one of the highest scoring postseason matchups right there.
Yeah, I think so. There were a few games where it looked like I think the score was like 5-something.
Yeah, I mean, the resilience with the Sens coming back the way they were. You had, what you would see a score be like 3-1 or 2-0, and all of a sudden the Senators answered back. The resilience in that team was off the charts.
They kept it with it even when Lundqvist was keeping them nice down and out for a while. Ottawa just can't come back. And then Pittsburgh ended up beating Washington in a 7-game series, which was highly exciting and controversial with the Sidney Crosby hit.
Yeah. You'll get that, though.
Which has been dissected by more podcasts and analysts than we could even count.
That's for sure.
So we're not even going to get into that. But we are going to get into the conference finals matchups. Now, here we go, Chad. Who do you want to start with first?
Pens and Sens.
Okay, Pens and Sens it is. Now, I think this is going to be a nice one because they've met each other, 4 times? 6 times during the regular season?
Oh, yeah.
They've also met previously in the playoffs when Ottawa went to the finals in 2007.
Yeah, when Crosby and Malkin were, they were young.
Yeah, second or third year players. So we're kind of getting that little bit of a matchup again. It's going to be big atmosphere up there in Ottawa. They are stark mad.
And, that they've been consistent all throughout the regular season. They've been, following with, they've been rallying with their captain Eric Carlson, and boy, he's the guy for that team.
I think he might just win the Norris Trophy.
I think so. He's Iron Man.
And then Crosby's been doing a heck of a job with Jake Gensel, setting him up. I think you were saying he had how many goals?
9 goals in the postseason.
9.
A rookie coming from nowhere. Well, I mean somewhere, but
yeah, but they did that with like Connor Sheary or Brandon Russ last year.
I mean, they find these guys. You know, that's a a big part of an organization is to be able to find players who can pencil in and put 9 goals up in the postseason.
Oh yeah, very, very, very true. I also got to think that it's gonna come down to a goaltending, not matchup. It's gonna come down to goaltending for sure for Ottawa. I don't think. Well, I know they don't have as much firepower as Pittsburgh, so Anderson's really gonna have to stand on his head. Hopefully, Fleury will get rattled, because I want to see Ottawa make it and have enough Canadian team finally in the finals again.
See, that's the thing. I mean, you're right. That's definitely what it'll take, but I don't see that happening. I see Marc-Andre Fleury. He's on his game. Matt Murray was, he's dressed, for that Game 7, and they still, stuck with Fleury, and he's the hot hand right now. And
well, that's fairly obvious for that game, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's playing phenomenal. He's played well all playoffs, and it's, I'm excited to see it because he was the guy when they first won the cup, and now he's coming back, and it's like one of those comeback stories that I'm thrilled to.
That's true, but he's not
witness.
a Bill Masterton candidate like the other netminder.
No. I'll tell you what, Craig Anderson's phenomenal. I mean, throughout the season, it's I think that's another great story with his wife battling cancer and what he's had to go through, and the Senators haven't gone this long of a way and been this strong of a team throughout
since 07, literally, man, when they had Ray Emery.
Yeah, I mean they added depth with Burrows, Stallberg, the other guy I'm forgetting right now. There's one more forward that is pretty big deal.
Peugeot
is I mean that's. Oh, Tommy Wingles was another forward that was.
Oh yeah, he was a really good addition from San Jose.
Yeah, but good thing you mentioned that Peugeot guy. He's been phenomenal. I mean, he's
4 goals in one game.
Oh yeah,
4 in one game. So let's go back over to the West then. Nashville. Oh man, I think they're gonna do it.
Nashville and the Ducks. I think Nashville will pull it off too. I mean, the Ducks. It seems like they do everything, but it's like I think they overhit.
Yes, I was just about to mention that they can grind you down, but can their grinding lead to too many penalties? Oh yeah.
Or just knock their play off the puck. I mean,
be out of position.
That's what happens. It seems like the whole first period. I mean they played a really good third period. Obviously to come back against the Oilers couldn't hold it, but their first period play is just you think that they have it on lockdown almost.
Yeah, I think they'll do pretty good. I think the Ducks, kind of got pushed to the limit a bit with the Oilers. They kind of know where they're at now as a team, which can be scary.
Oh, yeah.
But having them wake up this late in the postseason, that's also a scary thought as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, you got the top line. I think that they're very top heavy with their offensive players. With Corey Perry,
Getzlaff. And usually it's like Nick Ritchie, I think.
Yeah, I think they mixed it up, but it's mostly Raquel.
Yes.
The 3 righties they have.
Raquel, yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah,
I do give Nashville though the edge for goaltending for sure.
Over Gibson. Oh yeah. I mean,
you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Exactly. I mean, John Gibson, he's been up and down
cold,
all year.
Yeah. I mean, you need to have a money goalie, and out of the remaining 4, he isn't.
It's even especially in the postseason, it seems like, even last year or 2 years ago with Frederick Anderson, you thought he was solid all season round. All of a sudden, the playoffs come and
turned into a pumpkin.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, overall, yeah. I mean, I definitely give Pittsburgh the edge. I say it's going to be Pittsburgh, and it's going to be, the two yellow shirts.
Yeah, there we go. Both teams that serve the P.
Hey,
I just want to say that we are on JedCastRadio.com, WJOB 1230 AM, 104.7 FM, WJOB1230.com. We have a YouTube channel at On the Blue Line. We're on the Blue Line on Facebook, and we're at Blue Line Podcast on Twitter. Now, in this final rundown, Chad, who else do you think will come through for these teams?
For Nashville, definitely. I mean, you have Arvidsson, you have Forsberg, you have, obviously we stay at the 4 defensemen that they've, really relied on. I mean, James Neal, I think James Neal really needs to pick up his play.
I think the real deal James Neal is going to come through.
You think so? I mean,
he's
got to.
Him and Forsberg are bound to break through. On the other side of the coin, man.
Well, that first line and the Ducks,
The only guy you really need to have pick up his play is Raquel and Sammy Vatanen.
Oh, yeah.
And Gibson. But
Gibson, too. I mean,
sorry, he's our whipping boy, folks.
They're so the Ducks are so inconsistent. I don't know how to put it. But
it could be over in 4. The Ducks could win it in 7.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can have it either way. I mean, when are these games, by the way, Phil?
Actually, Anaheim and Nashville play tonight. As we record today on May 12th, Nashville and Anaheim. I'm loading up the NHL Game Center app. They play at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So 8 o'clock Central on NBCSN. Tomorrow, on Saturday, we got the nice 5 o'clock Eastern Standard, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time on NBC, the Senators and Penguins.
Oh.
So the conference finals are starting today, my friend.
Yeah, it's exciting. The fact that it's all unpredictable, and I just can't wait to finally watch the games.
It was kind of a... One day we went without hockey, and we were dying.
I know.
Even though we played it, we were dying without watching that playoff hockey.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Well, I got to say, in the East, I think Derek Brassard's going to come up big for Ottawa. I think Ottawa's D is going to really protect Craig Anderson. Guy Boucher is a tremendous coach. He's the 1-3-1 system in the zone. And I think, they can shut down Crosby, especially,
they can contain them.
Yeah, they're going to have to really concentrate and buckle down. And they took some stupid penalties last series.
See, that's the thing is they get easily started up. So if you want to throw Kuhnhackl or Wilson at depth enough, that's 2-minute power play right there. I mean, I think that, Pittsburgh. I think that's one of the keys, really. Is the Pittsburgh resilience. To take the hits that they took from Washington. Washington really, really stuck them.
Well, I remember Trevor Daley being injured by Tom Wilson.
Yeah,
when he ran him over, and that was like a freight train running over a Prius. I'm just sad to see that guy out of the playoffs. He was.
Now he's out, huh?
Well, Caps are out.
Oh, I meant the status on Trevor Daley. Do you know?
Oh no, I don't know. By the way, and then for
they're all banged up,
we already
though.
named our guys. Well, I guess that covers pretty much everything then.
Yeah.
Other than hold on to your butts, as Samuel L. Jackson says in Jurassic Park 1. Because this is going to be a crazy bumpy ride to the finish. We'll be coming at you next week. Let me pick the date. May 19th. We'll be at you. And hopefully the finals don't start before then.
You know what? Who would have thought that Pittsburgh was going to be
back in it?
Who thought any of those
probably
four
some
teams?
of the experts.
Yeah,
They probably thought Chicago, Pittsburgh.
I thought Chicago, Pittsburgh too.
Well,
Not no expert.
Hey, there you are.
All right.
Well, once again, great show, Chad. This was awesome, and thanks again, folks, for listening to us. We love bringing you this content, and we love being able to analyze and break it down for anyone that's willing to listen to the podcast. Please click subscribe on the link, click like, share us, tell your friends, tell your folks. I mean, we'll be here in the off season too, because we got some big plans coming up, especially for next season. And for my partner, Chad
Van Dersen.
You want to say anything else? A few predictions?
Not a few predictions. I would want. Well, yeah. You want to go predictions?
Yeah, let's do one for each series.
Okay, I'm gonna say Pens 7 games. Preds and the Predators versus Ducks. I'm gonna go 6 games. Preds.
I was gonna say Preds in 6, Ottawa in 7.
Ottawa in 7. Oh.
And I think this is really where the money makers come out.
Oh, yeah.
I think Bobby Ryan could have a good series now.
Man, I don't know. It's
going to be a heck of a ride, my friend. A heck of a ride.
Yeah.
So better put on your seatbelt and hold on to your butt.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, any comments, let us hear them. We enjoy giving feedback, and we want you guys to be a part of this with us too. So
yeah, thanks again. You guys are the reason that we're actually out there. We enjoy doing it, but we love to bring our audience and the fans some extra information and different perspective. So thank you again, folks. On May 12th, I'm Phil Bernardi and my partner
Chad Van Dersen
signing off from the Blueline. Thank you.
See you guys.